Alrighty, guys, here we are on CLT Math Practice Test number 2. Question number 104. If yxz equals 40 and x equals x equals 10 over z, then what is the value of y squared? So we need to find what is y. So we can take this yxz equals 40, and I got rid of those parentheses because all of those operations are just multiplication, so it doesn't matter what order you multiply in. So I can immediately divide both sides by xz to get me what y is equal to. So y equals 40 over xz and x equals 10 over z. So I can rewrite this x in here, take it out, and sub in this 10 over z, which is going to make my z's cancel out because we got one multiplying by the 10, one dividing the 10, so they cancel each other out. So it's just 40 over 10 equals 4. So if I know that y equals 4, then y squared is 4 squared is 16. Got our perfect squares. 4 times 4 is 16. And then number 105, right triangle LMN is similar to right triangle QRS if the cosine of angle Q is 3/5. My cosine is 3/5. What is the tangent of angle N over here? Which would be the same as the tangent of angle S. So cosine means, actually this is on your reference sheet, the cosine of an angle in a right triangle is adjacent over hypotenuse. And I always, even though it's on the reference sheet, I always have it memorized, the SOHCAHTOA, CA, C, cosine adjacent over hypotenuse, CAH, CA. Okay, adjacent over hypotenuse. So the cosine of angle Q is 3/5. So angle Q, my hypotenuse is across from the 90, is 5. And my adjacent angle, or not angle, my adjacent side is 3, then my tangent of angle N or angle S is going to be the opposite over adjacent. So 3 over something. So probably A or B. 3 over something, but not 3 over 5 because it's not over the hypotenuse. It's going to be less. So it's going to be 4. So my answer is B. And if we want to prove that really fast, we can prove that this must be a 4 in this ratio here, right? Because 3 squared plus 4 squared equals hypotenuse squared. 3 squared 9, 4 squared 16 equals 25. True, true, true. Those add up. And where did I get my tangent of angle S? Tangent of theta. This also is on the reference sheet. Sorry, I kind of skipped ahead. Tangent of an angle equals TOA. Opposite over adjacent. So my opposite side is 3, and my adjacent side, that is not the hypotenuse, is indeed 4. And question number 106. Which of the following is the solution to the system of inequalities? When we're doing this, we can start with isolating our x's. We only have one variable, so negative 2x minus 4 is less than 20, and I want to get to the x. I want to get the x by itself. So first I'm going to get rid of my minus 4. Opposite of minus 4, add 4. Negative 2x is less than 24. And the negative 2 and the 4 are doing what together? They are multiplying. So to get rid of the negative 2, I've got to divide both sides by negative 2. And when I multiply or divide an inequality by a negative, what happens to the inequality? It flips around. Those 2 cancel. So x is greater than 24 divided by negative 2. Positive divided by a negative is a negative. 24 divided by 2 is 12. X is greater than 12. X is greater than negative 12. This says it. This says less. This has no 12. This has no 12. So B has to be the answer. And I can prove the 2 also, even though I've already found it. I wouldn't do this on test day because I've already got my answer. You could say x cubed plus 6 is less than 14. Solve for x. Subtract by 6 on both sides gives us x cubed is less than 14 minus 6 is 8. And I know that 8 is 2 times 2 times 2. So x is less than 2. And they both had that part. I'm glad I started where I did. Okay, so we got that answer. And how am I doing on time?